I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
Look, it's Himeko and Mr. Yang! Himeko, Mr. Yang, you're here as well?
That's right. We heard the anniversary celebration had been delayed, so we wrapped up the conference early and came straight here to see if we could catch the fun.
So, how was it? Did you enjoy your time on campus?
Is that so? Sounds like student life wasn't boring after all. Look on the bright side. Sometimes the most memorable things are the accidents of our youth.
Look, Miss Robin is here.
Hello, students! I'm very happy to be hosting the Dreamlight Anniversary this year.
Oh gosh, it really is Miss Robin! The opening ceremony this year is much better than last time!
Hold on. Who was the speaker last time?
I don't remember.
A long time ago, I also spent some time studying at Paperfold University. So, I can be considered an alumnus of the school. Paperfold University back then was just like how it is right now. There was a lack of freedom. Exams were a source of headaches. We had plenty of homework, and our thesis defense had stringent requirements. The annual Dreamlight Anniversary is the opportunity for students to temporarily toss their troubles aside. However, the anniversary celebrations will come to an end, just like how we'll eventually awaken from our dreams. But there is a type of dream that we will never awaken from, and should never awaken from. And that is the dreams woven by our highest ambitions. Some students wish to create beautiful objects, while others desire to lead amazing lives. There are some who even wish to become a better person. These are all amazing dreams. In our lives, dreams act as beacons that guide us forward. Once we have lit up the beacon, we may choose to rest at any time. I hope that all of you will be able to find your dreams at Paperfold University. It is because of your sweet dreams that you can create color. It is because of your ideals that you can embrace freedom. Welcome to Dreamlight Anniversary. Color your dreams, free your ideals!
Despite the similarities to the evil realm, there are no clues here. Yo, Ninja Gamma.
Oh, how I wish that in the next film you can call me something better, my wonderful actor. Are you alone?
Each ninja has their own prey. Silvergun Shura only came to repay a favor, after which he returned to his own hunt. Is anything the matter?
After helping me shoot such an exciting film, I'm here to hand you your remuneration.
A reward won't be necessary. I'm only acting according to my way of the ninja. Riches are not what I desire.
Don't say that. I'm sure you'll be very interested in my remuneration. After all, this remuneration is about where Dr. Primitive went.
I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
Great! You're here. It's a secret. And it's a... Ugh! I'm not that big of a... Although I've made quite a few gray hair. Don't be so... I took a mutually assured destruction. I tested it so many times. Let's light them up. Wait. Hold up. Where are you going?
Another?
Amphorius, the eternal land.
Yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan said. It's a world hidden away from outside observation, with a presence only revealed by the light from the mirror of the Garden of Recollection. It's Miss... You haven't been with us on the Express very long. Will the journey be too much for you to handle?
We should consider Pom-Pom's opinion, too. They don't know we're considering Amphorius as a destination.
Yeah! Plus, even if we pass Amphorius over, we've still got a fuel problem to...
In other words, we won't be leaving Penacony anytime soon.
Or we could also revisit our previous stops to make sure that the astral charts and navigation routes are all functioning fine. I wonder if the hole in the Tychean Stadium has been repaired.
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip, you're probably better off spending it on getting it.
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. Is there even any point to doing it? I mean, look at us. This sudden surge in inter-family cooperative efforts.
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Now I'm curious. Are the stories going around true? Was the furor that broke out a while ago?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is also a means to who knows what can fanning the flames? But there are a dozen rumors going around.
Oh, I've heard those. Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had orchestrated everything and... what was it again? That the chaos was only quelled because of an accident?
Oh, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for sure is that someone...
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo. Most of the blame was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly cancelled. Since then, not a single soul's seen him. Heck, forget his whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive. Talk about scary. For all we know, we might have watched something go down in history, like what happened to the Black Plum family back then, without even realizing it.
I've heard another theory about that family head, though. I beg your pardon, sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here, and all affected facilities have been closed off. Kindly take a detour in the meantime.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez, are we Penaconians never gonna dream in peace again?
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The Stellaron has already been sealed. This is just a routine inspection. A move to heighten security, if you will. Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our power to protect the sweet dreams of every guest.
I see. We'll leave the two of you to your work then.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh. Do you recall when or where we might have met?
My bad. I must be mistaken. Sorry about that. Sweet dreams to both of you, sirs.
You sure have a knack for stirring up trouble. Of all the routes available, you had to take the one that Bloodhound's keeping watch of.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around. Even if they see through the Harmony's power of disguise, there'll be a way for us to escape.
Spare a thought for me, will you? Just being in your company is plenty enough to get me into trouble, Mr. Prime Future.
And that is exactly why I need you with me. You're the only one I can rely on in Penacony now.
The only one you can rely on, huh? What about her?
At least, she was spared from the consequences of my actions.
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you, eager for everyone to take you to task after a setback because that's the only way you'll feel better. As though the more they condemn you, the more likely you can rectify your mistake. That said, if I'd really wanted to hit you where it hurts, I'd use a different approach. Like a show of sympathy, for example.
You're right. I won't deny that.
She should still be in Penacony. Aren't you going to look for her?
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know why, considering your vested interest in reading my thoughts. I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Helping a fugitive return to their home. So exciting.
I see two bloodhounds. They appear to be on official business, unlike the pair from earlier. What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't notice, I can't see anything.
My apologies. I forgot that you're not very tall.
Remind me, why do I have to make this trip with you again?
We've been through this. You're the only one I can turn to now. Besides, we once lived a cat-and-dog existence. Embroiling you in my affairs won't weigh on my conscience.
You certainly don't have much of one if you can bring yourself to say something like that.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same. After all, you're only alive today because of me. You owe me that much.
Holy moly! Can you get any more
When you were abandoned in the wild and near your end, I showed you a way to survive and helped you escape the jaws of death. When you were at your wit's end and felt lost about your future, I did everything within my power to help you safeguard your...
Okay, I get it already. You have a way with words, I'll give you that. Still, it's one thing I don't understand. Why are you hell-bent on going back to Penacony? Is this an IPC mission? Did they make you a deal? You can have your freedom back, but in return you must turn against all whom you once called family or something like that?
Regrettably, Lady Bonajade didn't drop so much as a hint about it.
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See what this world is truly like.
I will not accept your check.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. You have plenty of time to contemplate your answer.
She only left me with a most intriguing message before setting me free. As for whether I can afford the price of my freedom, I'll only know when I find out what it is.
But nothing good ever comes out of being in the IPC.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, there's still some time before that payment is due.
By walking straight into a trap?
Or by making amends for when it's time to go. This will be farewell for good. So, before I leave Penacony, I'd like to
Can't you just look back on it from a distance?
There's something else I want to do, too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen, but the order in Penacony wasn't built in a day. This...
Get off your high horse. The other 4 families are more than capable of working things out on their own.
I might have gone astray, but others shouldn't have to clean up after my mistakes.
Then you should also know that the IPC isn't gonna help you a second time. If you fall into the family's hands again, you're done for.
You know how it is. Old habits die hard. The tie should be on the center line. The shirt must not protrude from the vest. Trouser creases should be perfectly straight, and always aligned with the tips of your shoes. The same applies when bidding my home farewell, too.
But what has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the Founder's one of your disguises.
I'm not that old.
Ugh.
Sorry, but park facilities are out of order. Refurbishment works are currently underway.
That sounds familiar.
I'm aware of the situation. You can skip the report.
What? What are you talking about? I mean, Mr. One Week. Please excuse me, I should have recognized you earlier. I must be more tired than I realized.
I want to know what's going on in there. You'll tell me, won't you?
There's nothing much to say, actually. We Bloodhounds are just as baffled as you are. My guess is that it's simply part of the aftermath of the Stellaron incident.
Aftermath?
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr. Workday. He works for me. You don't know him?
Oh, I see. Pardon my ignorance, sir. Coming back to the topic of the park, let's just say that it has been recently observed that certain behaviors are not tolerated around here.
What happens if you violate the prohibitions?
It's baffling, but corrective measures will be taken. It's kind of difficult to explain. Maybe you'd like to see for yourself?
Yeah, that works. Can you keep watch over the entrance? We'll go in and have a look for ourselves.
Please take these notes with you. They may come in handy.
You shouldn't have said that just now. It'll only make us look suspicious.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. I've always found this name to be more suitable for you. So, why are we here? You managed this park before?
You could say that. I was still a child back then. To become the bronze Melodia of the Oak family, I'd gone under Mr. Gopherwood's tutelage. We were taking a walk in the park like any other day, when he suddenly hit on the idea to have me manage the park. Within the domain he demarcated, my every word would hold the force of law. In hindsight, that was probably
You rose through the ranks soon after. I take it that you must have done a pretty...
Quite the contrary. I made a terrible mess of things. Unfortunately.
Was that his way of training?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequences to show me what he'd learned in life. But there is never an ideal paradigm. This place is no exception. The distorted after.
Let's see what we have on these notes. No consumption of food except for burgers. What? No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Please tell me you didn't make this rule.
I have nothing against desserts. The only reason I made that rule is so that people can learn to wait in line in an orderly manner for
What happens if I break the...
It's as the Bloodhound said. Corrective measures...
Try me.
Wait, don't...
So, where are those correct...
That's odd.
Didn't I tell ya? The family can take care of the issue. Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. A surprisingly reasonable rule.
And an easy one to test. Neither of us is part of the cast or a crew member.
Huh?
Let's try that again.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way back onto the right path. Looks like this is an example of the corrective measures that the Bloodhound mentioned.
You've been iron-fisted since you were little. Wait a sec. If this is how...
I tried to warn you. How do you feel?
Now, I'm feeling murderous.
In any case, say what you will, but I can't sit by and do nothing. Not when I'm the cause of all this trouble in Ideen Park. There's no need to involve the Dreamweavers. I'll fix these distortions
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their roots. We'll be able to trace them to the source once they manifest. Breaking a few rules will do. We just need to make sure that the corrective measures that will be implemented when a distorted after echo manifests to correct us, I'll be able to pinpoint its whereabouts. Then, I'll use the power of tuning to heal the dreamscape.
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now? Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Drangel Troop. Where? Are they hiding or something? Do not discard trash in trash. This is absurd. Did you make this rule too?
Children tend to be fascinated by such paradoxes. I was no exception.
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Well... something's happening. What is this? A woodcutter's trash can?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
Oh, there it is. Found a good hiding spot, didn't ya? Come on, let's buy some bottle...
Just one moment.
Let me translate that for you. Who are...
I'm afraid you're going to have to handle this if it isn't an...
Handle this? Handle what? Wait, is that really all you've got on you?
May I remind you that I am currently on the run?
Luck's on our side. Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens? Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule? They can't be seriously going that far, right? No. Hey, look out!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Like a confidence.
It's of no consequence. Now farewell.
Time to mix things up. Like the confidence.
Fighting is meaningless.
This is our
The
chance.
truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
I'll overcome the thorns.
In the mood for another beating? Slice, my friend. Indulge yourselves!
Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
This is our chance.
Rules
Are made to be broken.
Seek and you shall receive.
Just a scratch.
Curious.
Just a scratch.
Now farewell.
Time to mix things up. My friends, indulge yourselves!
Rules are made to be broken.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Watch over you. Guide you on your path. Trinity is before me.
How's this taste?
It'll take more than that.
My friends, indulge yourselves!
Oh, did they have to do that? They could have just recalled the capsule.
Perhaps making the attractions no longer just attractions is another corrective.
Aren't the rules being too finicky with word?
Enough. The location of the distortion is nearby.
Oh, there it is. Huh. It does look somewhat like you.
Time for it to disappear for good. Reveal thyself unto me, as is customary. All creatures endowed with eyes bear souls of equal worth.
Whoa, it worked. The IPC totally should have sent someone to keep an eye on you.
So long as there remains a need for me to keep a low profile, I'm no threat to them.
That's true. Come to think of it, you had always been in the spotlight, be it as a respected member of the elite or a leader. When was the last time you fell into the mud? All the way back during your childhood days?
Sometime before I turned 6. Like most boys would, I tried to fly with my ear feathers.
Oh, that was sarcasm, in case you didn't realize. But whoa, you actually remember something like that?
You never forget times of failure. It's only human nature.
You're probably the only one who'd consider something like that a failure. What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so fresh, it's as if it all... When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess. I thought myself no longer the same person as before. But... I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now. We should go. This will be a long farewell.
So, where are we heading next?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way, though. It might be better to take a quieter route.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'd advise you to stay away from that place.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. The family is currently investigating. You okay?
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe, too.
Hold on. Sweet Dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Thank you.
Whew, that was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your disguise.
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. Why is he still in Penacony? We needn't change our plans because of him. But be sure to keep your guard up. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days. Come now. It's time we set off. Let's not stick too close to each other, just in case. A few feet or so between us will do. Seems I let my wishful thinking get the best of me. Will you at least give me a chance to explain?
I will, but before, put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous incantation.
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar impression of me. Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent. Penacony will never experience the Order again, either.
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value, not after how you wielded the power of harmony. Answer me. What are you doing here?
It looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally.
So, it was the IPC that freed you.
My sister has likely made an agreement of some sort with them. As for how I'm able to move around freely in Penacony, I have 1 week to thank for that. As you can see, I've only returned to my home to bid it farewell. Would you be kind enough to give me a chance to say goodbye?
Agreed. But, until you leave Penacony for good, you're to stay by my side.
You have my gratitude.
I left my home in a hurry, too. I know how it feels. That said, I can't make this call by myself. My companions need to know about this, too.
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony, too?
Come with me. We'll go find them. You come along, too.
Okay. Boy, this is gonna be a party.
We're here. They should be somewhere nearby.
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, there's something that puzzles me. Now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue on its trailblazing journey? Why have you and your companions stayed behind in Penacony? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were indeed the case?
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the Nameless and aid with any plans you may have.
There's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering here is a certain unusual passenger.
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up in Penacony for a while before we depart.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here? Or these ladies?
This...
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a huge problem.
Isn't it fascinating how variables never fail to find their way into the lives of organic life forms? I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to turn down the invitation. But it looks like my decision also... I hear that the Astral Express has established a collaboration with the Garden of Recollection for your next destination. Could there be more to it? Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind in the Garden of Recollection's mirror. It's a pity we do not communicate much. It's a pity we do not communicate much within the Society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord within the Society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord of Silence. I have never... That Foxian girl has indeed been through an unimaginable turn of events. I suppose that's the fate you organic life forms are bound by. So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral Express volunteered to send her back home? Looks like this is one exceptional passenger. Don't you have to accompany her then, Miss Himiko? Well, passenger. Don't...
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on? March?
Oh, about that. Why don't you ask her instead? She knows how to present things logically. Not now, of all times. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Ting-Yun for a while after separating from the rest. But then we ran in...
Did something happen in the dreamscape?
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he gave us some of his candy.
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
I didn't really want to do it, but she insisted on us giving...
What happened?
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So we had some candy, and we're so happy we rolled around on the ground for a bit before standing up. But once we did, we realized Miss Ting-Yoon ate the candy too. But she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after sneeze. And before we knew it, she multiplied into several Ting-Yoons right in front of us.
What's your take on this?
The dreamscape is a memoria world. It is likely the candy triggered her hypersensitive mind, causing scattered memory There is no cause for concern. We've experienced similar incidents from time to time in the...
Mr. Yang?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself now.
I was only being careful, or we would have been stopped. Help me remove my disguise. 1 week.
It's been a while, everyone.
Ew! What's going on?
Everyone, stay calm. I'll explain. I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be dishonest. Mr. 1 Week here is an...
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
The surprises just keep pouring in. First there was Miss Acheron, and then Miss Ting-Yoon. Why does it seem like Mr. Yang always comes back with some extraordinary guests?
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now, we should be focusing on returning Miss Ting-Yoon to her.
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean, Mr. Yang. These Ting-Yoons aren't exactly easy to communicate with.
Miss March 7th, have you taken the time to consider my suggestion?
Your suggestion? Oh, wait. Which Miss Ting-Yoon are you again?
It's me! I'm the one who wants every Ting-Yoon to come together to form the Ting-Yoon merge. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? Just imagine how in sync we'll be with one another. We're bound. I know, we can't leave the dreamscape to trade with the outside world, so that's where you come in, Miss March 7th.
I guess I can consider it. I hope everything goes there. Now do you see what I mean, Mr.
There does appear to be an element of her.
Forget about it. How are you gonna clone your bat?
Mr. Yang mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home. Could this lady be from the Xianzhou Alliance?
Yes, more specifically, the Xianzhou Luofu.
The Luofu? Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Luofu some time ago? Was she one of the few survivors?
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person closest to the eye of the storm.
Looks like there's a lot more to this.
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape, do you have any suggestions?
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other Miss Ting-Yoons here.
That sounds nice. People never forget a personally prepared home-cooked meal. But then again, gifts should be lasting. What about a delightful new bouquet of flowers on the table each day? That sounds like a... If we really want to do this right, though, it's the thought behind the gift that truly... she makes.
You sure have a way of not offending anyone.
These three Tingyuns don't look like they'll be reaching a conclusion anytime.
So, what do you think, Sonny?
Let's try a different name, my dear friend.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a leaf out of this Foxian girl's book.
The problem with Miss Tingyun is just as I suspected before. That prank shattered her into nodes that are eaten. In other words, it means the Tingyuns...
Okay... You just made it...
At any rate, this is a known occurrence across the dreamscape. The only problem is that these Miss Tingyuns are too caught up in their own world. Is there one we can properly...
One that we can speak with? But it may take me a while to identify her. Walking in the street. What a weird dream. This Miss Tingyun looks like she's sleepwalking. Nope, not her. Huh? Yikes! She's scary. No. Why do I feel like it's not gonna... Oh, were you all looking for me? Oh, were you all looking for me? Found her! If I remember correctly, it's nothing special, really. She ought to meet your one we can properly speak with requirement, right?
Worth a try. My lady, if I may, I wish to perform a tuning on you.
Before you start, you should know that...
It is not my intention to provoke you. Perhaps, as assurance, we can have my friend here perform the task.
That is true.
If you still have concerns.
There's no need for that. You're acting so... sincere.
Are you all right with this?
I go as the...
Then kindly forgive our intrusion.
What the... Did any of you hear a voice just now?
A voice?
Never mind.
Look! It's working!
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Miss Tingyun, you're finally back! You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Just a trivial matter.
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle it yourself. This girl is not as ordinary as she appears. I nearly died. Just now.
Don't be afraid. What is this place? No matter what you see, you only need to remember you're not alone.
Who are you? And who am I? Is that where I came from? And where does this path? Benefactor. That looks so familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
The life support pod is ready. They were only
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Sierra...
You're still trying. There's no precedent for...
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand...
Excuse me. Can they not? This girl is... Ting-Yun. What if...
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
It's you again. Who's talking to me?
These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you?
I can't go to you. All I can do...
You want me to go through here? Do I have to...
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as...
My... wait! Is this called... coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone.
Doubt farewell.
Rules are made to be broken.
Dream vanished.
Trinity is before me.
Unite our goals. Rules are made to be broken.
Doubt farewell. Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
Why are there still so many? The ones from before weren't defeated either.
As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction, or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh, no wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit now?
close, but not quite.
So, I'm trapped between life.
You can think of it that way.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be trying to...
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return to this world.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from nothing. You may also prove yourself to be the exception.
How troublesome. But I suppose that's part of living.
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along, and only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug of war. It's a good start.
This is...
Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, but someone didn't agree with that assessment.
What about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, who destroyed your body and spirit. Yet, you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself meant she needed time, so you were spared instant annihilation. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet, they couldn't be more different. If you had truly died, I would have been powerless to do anything for you.
My body feels strange.
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. You'd be in excruciating pain. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. As I said before, these wounds will stay with you for the rest of your life. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body. Or more specifically, your tail. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately, the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity.
Regardless, I'm grateful to you for saving my life.
There's no need for that. This was merely a transaction. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear. Who? Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds me, you seem to have some dependable friends with close ties to you. Should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past.
Are you all right?
Did I pass out?
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead. This is no ordinary woman.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you, and Miss Tingyun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who robbed her of her identity and left her on the verge of death. While she miraculously escaped with her life,
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Tingyun back home. We made a stop at
I'm so sorry. I thought no one would be affected if I hid inside a tree.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink?
That's fine. We should find another place to talk anyway. We drew some attention.
So glad again. I'm a local, you know.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you for your assistance.
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Tingyun is resolved...
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition. I'll leave Miss Tingyun in your hands.
Huh? But, Mr. Yang, the messenger from the Xianzhou...
I trust that you can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be there.
Okay, we better hurry. This is ridiculous. How am I Shall we keep going then? Did you forget already? Miss Tingy...
I'm not too familiar with this planet. I'm worried an unscrupulous cutthroat merchant will try to take advantage of me. Luckily, the people I want...
As if a merchant could
No, I already picked up a few gifts earlier. So that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time. So we better not drag our feet.
Can I drive it without a Welcome. How can I help you?
Hello there. It's my first time visiting the Dreamscape, so I wanted to buy some local specialties.
Wow, you really know how to flatter. Go ahead.
First we have Lady Fuxuan of the Divination Commission. What do you... Lady Fuxuan has such refined taste. The Xianzhou really has changed a lot in the time I've been... Let's go with your suggestion. Next is General Jing Yuan.
to make.
That's the kind of treasure I've always yearned for. But the General's position won't allow him to accept such a gift.
Seriously?
Now that the Alliance has all of you there to help them, sending any elite fighters... Come to Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the history of the planet of festivities. I think the General will... Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy Commission.
Both wings and horns? That's a little much, don't you think?
You carry yourself with such dignity and grace, but you still have the heart of a child. Lady Bailu loves these types of accessories. That's all of them. Please wrap them up for me. Thanks to both your help, everything went smoother than I...
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles pretty much anywhere.
A souvenir for myself. That's definite. But there's one more thing I wish to do. Since this is our last stop, could I have a word with you two in private? This is a good spot.
Miss Ting Yoon? What's this about?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these past few days, but there are some things I find difficult. Do you two still remember what it was like when you...
How could we forget? She was so shocked. She was frozen in place when she shouted.
Exactly. And that's precisely why I haven't been able to shake off this strange feeling. In the days since when I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this first encounter was actually a long... I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got to admit that Fantilia's disguise was so perfect it was...
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you were... I figured it happened when we were after Kafka. You vanished for a while. I thought you must...
But it was much earlier. That thought has me filled with sorrow. As if a piece of my life... That's what I've been puzzled about, too. I never actually saw how Fantilia managed to... What was your impression of that Ting Yoon, if you recall? But I'm not very strong physically. Are you referring to my quick wits? So, what did she seem like to you? I'll just assume that's a compliment. Maybe next time you could just say silver-tongued. Was there anything
Hey, no tattling!
Now the final question. In your eyes, am I just like the Ting?
Wait, don't you find that question a bit weird? You're the real Ting Yoon. Why compare yourself to an imposter?
Miss March, you might have the wrong idea. I'm just feeling a mix of...
Huh?
As a merchant, staying well-informed is crucial. It's only natural for me to stay updated on the events of the... If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help. Instead, I would have postponed the trip and sought assistance.
We wouldn't have crossed...
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning. Her demeanor mirrored mine so closely that it felt like she was living my life for... I regret missing out on your Xianzhou journey. But everything that unfolded afterward, aside from... Fantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always gets even. But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be considered, that thought has brought me great comfort. And now I know how to... We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as before. I should have treated you with respect. And now, I will reclaim everything I have lost. Dear benefactors, I extend my heart. Looks like we're off to a good start. Moving forward, I'll definitely be and you, my dear benefactors, will be my source of courage.
Miss Ting-Yoon, that's way too over the top. Just don't make any risky decisions. It might overwhelm her.
We'll see. I just hope the Ting-Yoon in your memories won't be tainted by Fin. All right, no more questions. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Welcome to the Dreamscape Sales Store. Dr. Edward at your service.
We're looking for some dreams to give as gifts. Something exotic and preferably captivating.
Just a friendly reminder, being too picky won't help you find the best dream. Just to dampen your spirit. That being said, there are always some lucky exception. The story unfolds in the Shinjo Alliance, where a young swordmaster strives to become the sword.
Why does that sound oddly familiar?
Since I'm returning to the Xianzhou, I think it's better to choose something unrelated to the Alliance. Feel free to pick a few.
I love customers like you. So easy to work.
So easy to take advantage of you. Just don't pick anything weird, okay?
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift for you. After troubling you all this time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my thanks. Here's a dream bubble for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Wow. That's really nice of you.
Here are the dream bubbles I prepared. Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order.
I can't believe it's time for Miss Ting Yoon to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet. Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain in detail when he... Has the messenger from the Xianzhou arrived yet?
Long time no see, everyone.
Madame Yukong?
I've imagined this moment many times. I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word beforehand. But now it seems it was unnecessary. Ting Yoon, I'm here to take you home.
Madame Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you. What a wonderful...
I wanted to come because, after all, it's you who's coming home.
Yeah, me of all people.
Your body. It's going to be tough from now on, isn't it?
I've already escaped death once. What more could I ask for? Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
You're still the same, carefree as always. I have a lot I'd like to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a long journey back to the Luofu. Even if we can't completely rid you of the pain, there must be ways to alleviate it on this.
I have no doubt. But since we're alone here, do I really have to go back to the Luofu?
Why? You don't want to?
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. And why did Miss Ron Mei... It seems as if I've become a pawn.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the Yuchua.
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Luofu and complicate things. I might as well
Take advantage of the situation. What do you mean?
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance. Moreover, they were created by Phantilia. If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of mine...
When Ron May visited the Luofu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. This coincided with when the message sent by the Astral Express arrived. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Phantilia did not intend for you to survive. If utilized strategically, this could give the Alliance an out. If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. But before I'll support you, no matter what others...
Then I'm glad. I shall save you.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it, I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being selfish, but
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. There is someone who can attest to my true and please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Is that...
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Tingyuns, each embodying a different aspect of... And one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far. Until now.
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated by something that has deeply mesmerized me. As a fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse. Madame Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary flight for you, but for a certain child, that was her first experience with the sky.
Of course I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
You probably still can. Want to give it a try?
I'm afraid you'd be too heavy for me now.
Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the star skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But once you were airborne, you were so nervous that you...
This flight was a turning point in the boundless cosmos unfolded before me. I was in this world, there are paths beyond waiting for us to explore. Even though I lacked the talent to pilot the star skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, I still chose to travel around with the Merchant Guild. Even to this day, this thrill still courses through me.
That hasn't changed?
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of no return. Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your principles as a...
My principles? Forsake what others fight for, and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue. But now I've also learned that while these merchant principles may apply to you...
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor in the war too, weren't you? In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me that the inescapable price of survival. Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them
every moment of every day. But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns? If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be that carefree little fox.
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager, I've become a player in this game. Remember, it's often the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon. So now I'll become a cunning speck of dust and make those sneeze a few times.
Is this place also affected by the Order?
No, I'm just here to bid farewell. So it shouldn't matter if we add another.
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to...
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to escape?
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire to use everything to your advantage. But that everything does not include Miss Robin.
Thank you.
Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No way.
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a few...
You don't intend to reveal your true...
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is... I shouldn't put her at risk for money.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't. Didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
My name is 1 Week. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
You're too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What brings you here to Dream's Edge? Well, perhaps the dreamscape is not so different from reality. When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. So, have we ever truly seen a real sky? No. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early. It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. Miss Robin, May I stay here with you to gaze at the stars? Still, these stars? Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many. Did the person you wanted to say them to leave? Sometimes, what's in your heart that... If you don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to... There are many such people on Penacony. I believe they all have the willpower. Are you saying that's not true? Failure may be a good thing. I hope so. The dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best. I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky. It seems we've been blessed with good fortune. Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind.
Oh, Miss Robin! I'm a big fan. I don't get to attend every single one of...
The second jigsaw piece. We should keep looking. It's done. Have a look. Soon, I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from here, then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against...
So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want. I don't want to live with regret for the rest of my life either.
Live with regret?
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes. We only have one last stop out before we leave. I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a Nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment. At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for to trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just...
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the Watchmaker also made us...
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, you can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of what it means to walk this path. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me. This is my way of the Trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now. I also know that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past, the same way you're doing right here, right now. There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
I should have known nothing could escape you since you already know 1 week's secret. There's no need for me. Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale.
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry. I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from when I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when I will say goodbye, here, to the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so...
I see. That explains why something always felt off about the halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony. It's been missing since the moment we reunited.
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens, but that doesn't mean it can't be thrown away. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family. Another reason is to feel pain. A pain like... This is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony and the order and...
Is that also how Mr. 1 Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even. He was born from an accident. One that you're actually... It was that try not to laugh challenge. I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Ting-Yun...
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite
You could say he's another possibility. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly... What a pity. Failing to become a... So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform a tuning, and this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said, is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears? No. This is a foregone conclusion, but who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep...
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin? Anticipating this possibility, you've really changed. In the past, I'm about to embark on an unknown journey where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything. Don't flatter yourself. You can't control anything. But isn't that how it is for... My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always bad. Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly dislike you. What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or openly share my dislike, or my fondness. Then go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one who's trapped. Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble... But I won't become like you. I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principle. As for the harmony, my stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I once doubted, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you. What is this? Leaving your fate and time? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over by the Express? Or were you possessed by that eyepiece? Failure is always the best teacher. To save more lives, you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. You see? I'm already... Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate. And see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living. But what if you can't? Well, that's out of my hands. It will just prove that I'm still the person who always disappoints his sister. Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. step into the mortal world. Then, and with my last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching my hands toward the planet of festivities. Whatever identities I once had, it's not the gods who answer us. I don't have much to say. But when telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details, and above all... never mind. No objections from me. This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good,
one must first step back onto the stage!
As expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These... just...
As the protagonist of your own story, it's up to you to overcome and forge ahead.
As expected, the trickiest thing...
Mr. Yangs!
As expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. This distance sounds much too harsh. It is the duty of fellow... As expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. This distance sounds are much too harsh.
Leave it to noisy.
Echoes of the past need not fade away. Follow me to the stars. We'll overcome the thorns. Check out their web. Watch over you, guide you on your path.
Nothing of survive or misery. There's no choice.
Wise. Everybody silent. The noise is fading. Noisy.
Commencing research. Here, try this! Novel.
In the mood for another beating? Noisy.
Bicycle, my friends.
Indulge yourself!
Seeking you shall receive.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Disorderly noise!
Trinity is before me!
Let's begin.
Disorderly noise! Together!
I heard the call. Now, farewell. Watch over you. Guide you on your path. Step up, let's see it.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Nobody present. They are part of the melody.
Trinity is before me.
Leave it to me.
In the mood for another beating? Enjoy eternal peace.
Listen inside it. Deeper.
Thanks, Sal.
Just travel.
Nice, like my friends. Indulge yourself! Overcome the thorns! Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
Nothing. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice. Time for some hardship.
Everybody silent. The noise is fading.
Let's begin.
Heard the call.
In the mood for another beating? Time to mix things up.
Time to retreat.
No cunning.
Noisy.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Noisy.
Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
Leave it to me.
Nobody present. They are part of the melody.
Nice, like my friends.
Indulge yourself! Step up, let's see ya. Enjoy eternal peace.
Let's begin. You know nothing. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Seek and you shall receive.
Commencing respawn.
I'll overcome the thorns. Trinity is before me.
Disorderly noise. In the mood for another beating? Disorderly noise. Oh, look at me.